Welcome to another episode in our Daggerheart Open Beta Deep Dive series. Today we're going to be creating a Seraph, which is one of the new classes from Darrington Press. And by the end of the video today, you're going to be flying off with a badass healer who can rain down upon their enemies from on high. I'm going to be using the Nexus Daggerheart character builder on Demiplane, but feel free to use whatever method is best for you, whether that be the PDF, a printout, or sending carrier pigeons to a Skyrider. I mean, whatever sparks joy for you. I should also mention that we're not sponsored in any way by Demiplane, but I'll continue to flirt with my webcam, both in an attempt to entertain you and also in an acknowledgement of the hard work that they are doing and my appreciation of it. Moving on. What in the flying flip is a Seraph? Well, that's a great question, and honestly, I have no frickin' idea. So we're gonna look at the texts bestowed upon us by those over at Darrington Press. Divine fighters and healers appointed by their god, Seraphs are imbued with sacred purpose. A wide array of deities exists within the realms, and thus there are numerous different types of Seraph. The ethos of each member of this class traditionally aligns with the domain of their god, including such missions as defending the weak, enacting vengeance, protecting a land or artifact, and upholding a faith. Some Seraph ally themselves with an army or locale, much to the satisfaction of their rulers, but some of these crusaders fight in opposition to those follies of the mortal realm. It is better to be an ally to a Seraph, as they are terrifying foes to those who defy their purpose. Alright, you might think of the Seraph as the peanut butter cup to the cleric's chocolate and the paladin's peanut butter. Two great tastes that taste great together. Probably. We'll find out. So let's build our sweet baby angel and maybe take a bite out of crime in the process, shall we? Alright, let's see. We are back again, baby. Last week I built a druid, if you want to check that out. We'll link that here, maybe? Or in the description, somewhere. Character name, we're gonna go with Buddy. Not Buddy the Elf, just a Buddy. Pronouns, this time let's go she, her. And we'll stick with this little cutie pie. If you don't know what name, pronouns, image, token, whatever you want to use yet, totally fine. You can put some placeholders or leave them blank and come back later once you have an idea of the character you have built. Heritage. So let's choose an ancestry. If there's one thing that I have learned from being on the internet during the release of Daggerheart, it is that people are obsessed with the Ribbit. I don't really know why. It could be the art. It's probably the art, because he is, I mean, look at that little cutie pie. Also, Oppenheimer Beta Bean, absolute immediate classic character. That could definitely be it. I'm not really sure. I mean, the features are great. You can breathe and move underwater just as easily as on land. You can use your long, powerful tongue to grab onto things close to you. You may also mark stress to unleash it as a finesse close weapon that does D12 physical damage. Honestly, that's pretty dang good. Whenever you see D whatever number, D dice, that means that you roll that number of dice based on your proficiency bonus. So this could scale heartily in the future. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing that it's an art that you can play a little frog, maybe? I don't know. We're gonna choose Ribbit for science. Community. Here's the only place that I think I'm feeling kind of cornered in. I can usually come up with a story reason for just about anything to make it work if I want to. But for this little Ribbit, I'm not seeing much that makes sense except for Seaborn. To be fair, sometimes the easiest choice doesn't necessarily mean it's the wrong choice. And Safe Harbor is pretty cool. Once per session, when you take a short or long rest, you may take one additional downtime action. We're gonna stick with Seaborn. Not worth worrying our little heads over. Our cute little frog-eyed heads. Class! For Seraph, we've got the Domains of Splendor and Valor. Our starting evasion score is 7, and our damage thresholds are 5, 10, and 15. I kind of like that. I feel like it's going to be easier to calculate having it be those round numbers. Let's take a look at the big class feature for Seraph, shall we? Prayer dice. At the beginning of a session, roll a number of d4 equal to your spellcast trait and store them to the right. You can exhaust them at any time to use their value in reducing incoming damage, adding to a roll result, or exchanging for that many hope you may give to any player. Clear these dice at the end of the session. I could see myself maybe forgetting to do this. I think they're trying to combat that with the clearing it at the end of a session, that this is once per session, not per long rest or short rest. So hopefully that will help combat the tracking messiness that could have come with this feature. It's pretty cool though, not gonna lie. So we're gonna select class. All right, let's choose a subclass. We got two options. Divine Wielder. When you have a melee weapon equipped, it can fly from your hand to strike an enemy and return to you. This could work for sure for a Ribbit. You could reflavor this if you want. I mean, you don't have to. I like extra flavor. You know, put a little cayenne, whatever. You could reflavor this to be your tongue or something. Like if you're throwing a dagger, you could pull it back. I'm gonna go Winged Sentinel though, for two reasons. Number one, our dear Matthew Bivens had a hot take about this in our live last week. So I just feel challenged to choose it. And also, this of the two is the possibly harder one to flavor, because I don't want my Ribbit to have wings. Feels a little weird to have a frog flying around with bird wings. But I could maybe explain this as a jumping mechanic. You know, I'm a little froggy. He's going to be nimbly bimbly, jumping from tree to tree. And it's just sick. You may spend a hope to take flight until your next roll with fear. While flying, do an additional d8, 1d8. That's important. Not d8, it's 1d8 damage to any weapon attack you make. You may spend an additional hope to pick up and carry another creature that is approximately your size or smaller. Yeah, definitely going Winged Sentinel. Because I also love taking things slightly literal, and I think what we're going to do here is we're going to build the ultimate wingman. It's crappening, folks. Okay, select your traits. Now, when we made the druid, we used the suggested traits. If this is the first time building a character in Daggerheart, I recommend using the suggested traits. But at this point, I'm starting to feel just a scotch spicy. Just a tiny bit bold. So I'm gonna change things up a little bit. I'm gonna keep my +2 as strength, because that's super important for both of the subclasses. That should be your highest if you're a Seraph. And then I'm gonna stick with the +1 for instinct. I'm a little froggy, so I feel like that makes sense. But I feel like it might be better to switch presence and agility. Because I'm a frog, I want to jump nimbly bimbly from tree to tree. So we're going to go agility, so I have a better chance of doing that. I have the muscle to get me there, but I want to have the agile grace to land well. And then we're going to keep knowledge as the -1. So we're just switching agility and presence and seeing how that works for us. We're not getting too crazy. All right, choosing starting weapons. They suggest a hollowed axe and a round shield. I might stick with the round shield because I like the idea, even though normally I don't go for a shield, I like having two weapons because it is aggressive, violent, chaotic, add whatever adjective makes sense. But I'm going to pick the round shield because I like the idea of having a cute little lily pad bolstered by divine magic from my deity. It's just cute. And then instead of a hollowed axe, we're going to go kind of for a classic cleric weapon. And we're going to choose mace, because that is still one-handed. I have enough hands left to hold it. It's a strength melee weapon. And they're kind of shaped like cattails. So if I'm from some wetlands or something, I feel like it makes it... I feel like it would be cute to have like a big old cattail that I just flap people with. Moving on! Starting armor. I don't love a breastplate. I don't know why. Especially on a cute little froggy. I just want him to be like out there doing his thing. And I feel like breastplate could get in the way. However, it's always good to protect yourself, and having an armor score of 5 is pretty tempting. So we're going to choose this and see if there's a way that we can put a zhuzh on it later, maybe, to make it more palatable for me. I don't know why I'm weird about it. Just ignore me. And then for our starting inventory, we get a torch, 50 feet of rope, basic supplies, a handful of gold. I think that's the same for basically everyone. Again, I want to go for the stamina potion just for the novelty of it. But I am a healer, and sometimes, you know, you got to help yourself before you can help others. So it's probably better if I do that just to make sure I stay in the game. And then either a bundle of offerings or a sigil of your god. Bundle of offerings feels a little bit weird, a little cult-like, but not in a good way. Why are people giving me stuff? I don't know. I'm gonna go with sigil of your god though, because that could be kind of cute. Like, what if you have a little token? A little token or like a little holy symbol or something. And then the domain deck cards. I've seen some hot takes around that people are feeling some kind of way about the cards. I don't know if I've formed an opinion on it yet, if I'm completely honest. I love the art. I really love the art. And I feel like playing in person, especially at higher levels with the loadout and vault mechanics, which we'll have to dive into at some point in a future video. I don't know. I think having something tangible might be nice. Or it could be annoying. I don't know. We're going to just have to find out. We're going to have to find out with play. So bolt beacon. That looks like guiding bolt. I'm not sure I want to go that direction. It is a classic. But I did say that I'm making a wingman. I am your shield could be fun, right? I'm like a little froggy Secret Service agent. I can jump in front of an ally, mark a stress, and then take their damage. I'll do that. And then probably should take a healing spell or a healing card like Mending Touch, but that's predictable. I kind of like reassurance. I can feel it already. So many people are going to be like, what are you doing? Don't at me. I want what I want, and I want reassurance. Once per short rest, after an ally attempts an action roll, but before the consequences take place, you may offer assistance and words of support. When you do, they may re-roll their dice. They must accept the result of the new roll. So like someone rolls their dice and I could just be like, you got it, bud. I believe in you. And then they can re-roll. All right. Once again, we're here already, baby. We're at Flavortown. Let's choose some things. I think this is the moment where we're going to reskin that breastplate and just make it a little bit more palatable for me. I don't know why I'm feeling some kind of way about it, but I just am. I just am. Something about a frog and a breastplate. Clothes that are, we're going to say natural. That's one of the prompts they give us. And we're going to say that that breastplate is actually tightly woven reeds. That feels a little bit more in line with sort of like a wetland frog. Eyes like, well, I've probably got those like big, we're talking huge black eyes that are just like, they glisten whenever light hits it. So the eyes, they're cute for sure. Like an endless black abyss. Hell yeah. A body like, I like the idea of like a cute little froggy with just like real strong long legs. So we're gonna say tiny body, long legs, legs for days. The color of, we'll stick with one of the prompts they got here too. We're gonna say clover. Oh, let's add some like little spots. Maybe I have like a yellow tummy with spots, or yellow tummy and spots. That's more better English. Attitude like a monk, an evangelist, a doctor, an angel, a priest. I don't like any of these. They all seem kind of hoity-toity, if I'm honest. We're gonna do, well, I mean, I said it, right? Wingman. Attitude like wingman. Everybody's best buddy. I feel like my inconsistent use of capitalization is going to drive AK crazy, so there you go. I fixed it for you. Let's answer some background questions. Who is the god you have devoted yourself to? And what incredible feat did they perform for you in a moment of desperation that made you indebted to them? That is a big question. I won't say loaded. It's a big question. So let's take our time with this. All right, who is the god you have devoted yourself to? You know what? I've invoked the name of AK. She has a level 20 druid named Sora. Once you're that high, you're basically a god. So Sora the Tempest. And what incredible feat did they perform for you in a moment of desperation that made you indebted to them? We've already established I grew up in a wetlands, right? So what if the Nestle Empire was invading and bulldozing my family wetlands? She saved me. Let's see. She controlled weather. That was her big thing. So, and used the forces of nature to scatter them to the four winds. You, Nestle Empire. How did your own appearance change after taking your oath? Oh, I know. Okay, look, it doesn't always have to be badass. You can choose cute things too. And we've chosen the cute Ribbit because it's cute. So we're gonna double, triple, quadruple down on the cuteness. My tummy and spots glow when I'm happy. How's that? Oh, and my left knee pops when it rains. That's just me. My knee does that. It's very witchy. And what strange or unique way do you communicate with your god? Well, Sora is a type of bird, so maybe she communicates with her followers via bird calls. Feels wholesome. All right, let's look at generate experience. We're going to create 2 of these. One of them is going to be a +2, one's going to be a +1. Should describe your background, something from your backstory. It could be something you're good at, a skill. We're not going to overthink this too much. We're the ultimate wingman. We got your back. You want to go out to the bar, we make sure that you got pizza, you're drinking enough water. If there's a cutie on the other side talking to someone, I'm gonna go interrupt and make sure to introduce you, that kind of thing. So we've got ultimate wingman. Oh, and also, you know, maybe I guess if you like get hurt, I know how to fix your boo-boos and make you feel better, read you a story, make you some tea, something like that. It's probably a little bit more aligned with our dear buddy. Wholesome. So for our second one, let's go with I've got that. You know, everybody has that one friend you go out and you're like, oh man, I wish I had some chapstick. Oh, I wish I had a tissue. Man, do you know, what's the bus schedule? They've got it. They know it. They've got it on lock. They have things handled. We're going to make that one the +2, I think. The mom of the group. All right. Last thing is the create connections. Leave this blank. This is what you're going to take to your session 0. The top of the game when you first sit down with the group. You guys are going to come up with this stuff together. Nothing for you to worry your sweet little head about right now. Now let's check out that character sheet. Sweet little buddy. All right, so we got to toggle some things on. Nexus folk. Anyways, so we got to go to our equipment. And we're going to equip all of our things. We need our lily pad. We need our cattail. We need our little woven out of reeds breastplate. And now, some of these numbers and things should have changed. Yes, great. Our evasion is still a 7. Our armor, though, is now a 7 as well. So we can reduce a hit by that much. That's pretty dang good. We can do that 3 times before we have to fix our armor. And then we've got our little cattail and our lily pad. I'll highlight this for Demiplane folks. You've got the feedback tab. So whenever you're creating a character or playing a game, make sure you're submitting some feedback. It's important both for them and for Darrington. Effects and features. This is where we're going to have all of our cards for our paper and carrier pigeon folks. They actually get to have physical cards. which is nice. I am a millennial with a printer, so I guess I could print this stuff off for myself. But that costs money to get ink. I've lost the thread here. Anyways, this is where all of our features and things lie. And that's it. We're done. We've made our cute little buddy. He's cute. I love this little guy. So that's it. We've built a Seraph. Pretty easy, if you ask me. I hope it was easy. Please tell me it was easy. Send me a carrier pigeon or join our Discord to let me know if it was easy. We here at the Pocket Dimension are going to be making a number of videos for our Daggerheart Open Beta Deep Dive series, both more character creation videos as well as mechanics and guides for players and GMs. So please feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more from us. Hopefully that is fine. Ribbit, ribbit, motherfucker.